Hey guys, it's Sharon G from WSB. I promised you on Facebook earlier this week that I was going to bring you a video. Well, it's not only a video, it's kind of a cry for help. So recently we found out that the state of Arkansas was cutting their services because they are overdrawn on their accounts, basically. And not only that, there's a lot of moving parts and pieces to this because with WIO, or the Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act legislation, they're having to move from DHS, Department of Human Services, to workforce. So there's a lot of things that go into it, but needless to say, money is tight or money is none right now. And some of our Arkansas residents had found out last week that their cases are ending. So they're actually pulling them out of job training programs. We have a video of a student who spoke to our board last week, and it just moved me so much to hear her story all over again and how those budget cuts are going to affect her. Well, she's only one of many, and it's one of those things that we have funders who says, I'll step up and help, but it's going to take more than one person in order to do that. So I want you to take a look and watch. This is Loretha Robinson, and she's from the Little Rock area, and she's going to tell you her story, and then I'll be back to join you in a minute.
Good morning. My name is Loretha Robinson. In 2009, I was diagnosed with RP. Upon being diagnosed with RP, I was also suffering from being addicted to crack. So for about 2, maybe 3 years, I've struggled with my disease and my addiction, to the place where it got to struggling was turn my family apart, was turn me apart.
You got this, girl.
I sought help by going to the phone, contacting WSB, asked them was there anything that they could do for me. I was introduced to the 50 and older program mid-October. Got here scared to death. No longer doing drugs. Once I entered into these doors, I had been delivered. I decided that life was much better if I came in right. Afraid, but right. Entered into the 50 and older program, was introduced to mobility, keyboarding, daily living, where I learned to maneuver the streets, to get around by myself independently. Keyboarding, where I came from absolutely zero, knowing nothing about the computer, to approximately right now 17 to 22 words a minute with a 98% accuracy. I completed daily living, where I can prepare my own meals. As you can tell, I dress real well. I was taught to do that and maintain my own health and to be able to take care of home as a normal person, as a sighted person. So upon those 3 weeks, I found out that I only had 3 weeks. That wasn't enough for me. I stood at the front entrance of WSB and told you all call Miss Sharon, I call her Mr. Rector. I said, I can't do this. I'll never make it with 3 weeks. We came up with a plan to get me back into program. I chose to take the vocational program of customer service rep. I like to talk. Oh, I love to talk. So, upon that, I'm currently in the keyboard, assistant technology, and basic cal. I came from a 4th grade reading and spelling level to now I am preparing to take my GED. Right. So I want to thank you, the board, for having this place for us of a disability, of people with visually impaired problems, to be able to have somewhere to come and learn how to be successful in life. But hope, oh Lord, that's a very good word. Hope. Hope is what I got when I came into these doors. That line out front represented something for me. Not only do y'all call it Lion's World, it was the king of my jungle. It became my pride. Just a few days ago, the state of Arkansas told me that I was no longer able to attend here because of funding. But before I received that information, I was also blessed with another gift. That I was, that I had been selected to be placed in an employment job with a company to be their customer representative. Well, when the state of Arkansas told me that I wasn't able to complete my training, how can I retain a job if I'm not able to complete my training? So I'm hoping that a very big miracle falls out the sky so my hope can continue to be my hope. But hope is the essence of things unseen. I don't know where my blessing gonna come from, but I claim that it's gonna come. And I'm gonna be able to be employed by this employer as a customer service rep. I want all of you to know that the king of my jungle is my home, which is WSB. I have learned so much here. Life was given back to me. Not only was I able to accept my disease, but I was also able to recover from being an addict. There are so many things that being here has blessed me with. Everlasting friendships, bonds that are unbreakable. We sometimes come up in here on early mornings. Mr. Rector started out with the roof. The whole cafeteria ended up with it being on fire. Because we don't need no water. Because we're not going to let our building burn. We're going to keep it going with joy, hope, strength, and encouragement from one another. Families are torn apart because some of us don't know how to reach out and be honest enough to say, I need some help. But you got to take that help a little bit further. When stumbling blocks are placed before you, you either have to learn how to stomp them, go around them, maybe even dig a hole up under it, but you can't give up. And I thank you all for not giving up on us. And I thank you all for giving me life again. Making me want to live and to live it abundantly. Because sometimes it's hard. It can be hard when you think you're by yourself. And you're not. This school has shown me that I am not by myself.
Hey guys, I'm back. So, if that story doesn't move you, I don't know what ever will. One of these pleas is to those of us who help every day and that we heed the call so specifically when Helen Keller called us to be Knights of the Blind. And I'm calling on you, Lions, but everybody else out there too. This is one of those things. This is a life-changing event. I posted earlier this week about if you want to touch the future, that you help somebody. And we all are our brothers and our sisters keepers in a case like this. Loretha has a job lined up, and we just met with that employer yesterday, and so we're moving forward with that. And she's received some funding in order to help stay at WSB. But let's take this forward because we have other people that we're trying to figure out how we're going to keep there. And they're not going to get turned away on the street. And if you want to know what happens when a student finds out that they've received funding, I want you to take a look at this clip. This was captured in our assistive technology classroom where she was going in, and she had just found out, that she was going to receive this funding and that she would be able to stay for the job training program. As you heard, she's going after her GED, and we're just developing this customized curriculum to go with this employer. And she'll be entering that program. But if you want to see a reaction of somebody who finds out from it, I want you to take a look at this clip.
Happen?
You deserve it.
I'm standing up there talking about everything I done received. I said, and I went through daily living. Don't you see how good I look? and then I started crying again. I said, the state of Arkansas said that I can't go no more, and I have a job potential, but how can I do the job if I can't complete the training? Miss Maureen, you can talk to me any way you want to now. oh, I'm so happy. Jaws cursed, type of built to curse me out so bad last night I wanted to throw him out the window. But I know he was telling me to be patient, but something good was coming. Hallelujah. Woo! Miss Jerry,
Yes.
you got me for a little bit longer,
All
baby.
right. We're going to get you where you're going.
Oh, y'all, by the time I come out that room, Miss Sharon come behind me. She hugged me. She said, you've been funded. I said, what you say? She said, you've been funded. I said, what that mean? She said, you just continue to be yourself and stay here. I said, oh, Lord. Woo. Thank you, Jesus. Miss Michelle wouldn't even let me come out of her room. She's done burning up. She's done burning up. Am I still high? She said she don't want me to pass out.
All right, guys, so you kind of have the full story there of what happens when somebody finds out that their life's going to change and that they get to go into a training program. Then they find out that they're not going to have that funding that was promised to them. And then what happens when somebody comes through and says, hey, I'm going to help out with this training. We all know that it takes a village, and that's what we all are, is a village. We established our Success Fund, which is a scholarship for underserved clients creating empowering solutions successfully. And it's one of those ones that we can pull this money into this, and we can help these clients, and we can bridge the gap. We know that the funding will go forward, but the way that they're changing rules and regulations, people can no longer come for life skills. So if you can't articulate a vocational goal and you say, I don't even know how I'm going to cross the street, never mind go to work, there's no funding left for people like that because of the fact that under the Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act, you can no longer pay for life skills. So many times people will come to us and they'll be able to say, wow, I didn't know this was possible because I didn't have the skills necessary. We know that the comprehensive blindness skills is probably one of the most important things that people can go through first, because your life, my life, is not just that of work, but we have an entire community that we can go out and enjoy. And so we want to be able to give that to our folks who are blind as well. Once they get to the point of where they can articulate a vocational goal, and if there's funding in place, that's where we come in with our programs and services and our training. So whether that be to learn how to be a credit counselor or assistive technology instructor, or learn Microsoft Office Suite, become a customer service person, whatever the variety of programs that we have. And a lot of them are customized programs specific to an employer. Right now there's that gap in funding that we need to try to help out with so we don't have a gap in training, because we know what happens. The likelihood if a person who is with us now, if they go home, they're not going to return and they're going to remain on welfare and Social Security rolls. You know, we're occupational beings, and this is an opportunity for people to be able to move forward with their life. You have opportunities. You can either contact me privately through Facebook. You can email me at ceo@wsblind.org, or you can go out to our website, and specifically you can check out our programs on our website at wsblind.org, or you can go to wsblind.org/giving, and there's a place there where you can make donations. And whether you want to do a sustainable membership where you contribute a little bit each month, or whether you want to contribute a little bit into the success fund, every little bit helps on this. And just think, Loretha is only one story. For more than 72 years, WSB has been doing this, more than 14,000 people from all 50 states. And that's all because of you. We can't do this without you. Thank you.